So, this story is called Vicks. If you don't know what Vicks is, it's short for Vicks Vapor Rub. It's just like medical paste. Spanish people use it for pretty much anything, from a broken bone, headache, broken heart. You rub that right there, go to sleep, you'll be fine. I mean, people add it to their tea. This product says do not consume. Tablespoons. No teaspoon, tablespoons into the tea. So, this is the story of my 107-degree fever. So after being born, well, I'm Spanish, Dominican. I was born here in Brooklyn, So I end up getting shipped right off to DR because my mom isn't gonna let me not speak Spanish. I'm learning Spanish. So, which is fine, right? So I'm going to the DR. Right up, like, I pop out, my mom shakes the doctor's hand, ships me right off. Now, entering DR, there's a very specific story that my grandfather loves to tell, where his first grandson has just been born and is coming on the plane. And he comes to the airport, and he goes straight to the plane, to the actual plane, goes up the steps, takes me from my mother's arms, walks me down, and introduces me to the island. Great story, top tier story, but you can't just walk to the plane. You can't do that. That's not a thing, right? So when they confronted him on it, and he tells me that he had his gun with him, right? So, hey, Grandpa, how did the gun help you? What did that do for you? And he said, oh, well, when they asked me why I had a gun, I told them that I was a general. And they believed him. And so they just let him go straight to the plane. They were like, wow, this is a general. I was like, go ahead. He knows the protocol. And he's going to go see his first grandson. Right. So, me and my grandfather are really close, right? And he's partially to blame for this. The reason I get this 107-degree fever, right? Growing up, I was fascinated with wrestling because my grandfather loved wrestling. So one day, they have a little bastard running around, and they have to redo the fences to make sure that I can't just right on through. And they also wanted to get a garage door, so that way couldn't just run in. At the time, it was more of like one of those dog houses. Like it was just a hole with a roof, and then you just drive your car in there and you leave it there. So now they want to put walls around it, so I can't get in. Like taste motor oil. It doesn't taste good. I've done it. It doesn't taste good. So they start doing work. And when you're working with metal, right, because we're metal door for the garage and metal pipes for the wall. And so we end up having these guys come, and they are cutting metal. And so sparks are flying, these huge arcs of sparks. And if you've ever watched wrestling, you know that they have these fantastic displays of fireworks just popping, pop, 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 pop. So cool. And so I see pop, 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 and I grab my tricycle. I'm ready. I start going up and down the road, not the road, but like the little sidewalk thing that's in the backyard, the path, and getting pelted with this hot metal. All right, little tiny dots of hot metal. My legs covered in white dots to this day from all the burns. So that day, I spent the whole day up and down that strip, getting way too much sun, and getting pelted by metal. So the next day I had a heat rash. Yeah. We all saw it coming. So now I have this heat rash and I'm crying through the night. So my grandmother does the one thing she knows will solve this issue. And she wraps the Vicks Vapor Rub, which main thing it has is menthol. If you don't know what menthol is, think icy hot in your eye. Like that's what it does. That it's just what all of these medical creams do, is they hurt you. in an attempt to make something better. And so, now I have 107-degree fever. Now, if you don't know about fevers, right, like if you've never taken care of kids, or like you're not really there in life to know about fevers, from, I'd say, like 97 to 99, you're good. You're good. Nothing, that's normal. Once you get to 100, you have a fever. Take some Tylenol. 101, maybe go to the doctor. 102, emergency room. 107, yeah, you're convulsing. You're having a seizure. No other underlying medical conditions, just a seizure. And so my mom runs next door to the nurse that lived there, and she tells my mom, you have to take him to the hospital, but first you have to dunk him in water, in cold water. You have to force the temperature to drop. He will die. So my mom, bam, straight to the water, right? Faucets on, freezing cold. I'm crying like a bastard, you know. Freezing cold water, 107-degree fever, just had a seizure. It's not a good time. And my grandmother, who, yeah, she's not going to be a doctor ever with those nerves. She is running to the market where my grandfather worked. The general worked at the market. And my grandfather comes running back, and he gets into the car, and the garage door apparently isn't going as fast as it should, the new garage door. So he runs straight through it with his car, and we all get to the hospital. And well, yeah, I died, if you can catch it.